The time to watch generally is from 5 to 10 p.m. This is the time frame for where we can see probably the most severe activity if we see any truly severe activity. This is low pressure that has been taking its time getting across the nation. You can see it's moisture feed out of the Pacific. The thing about this weekend is something you can absolutely look forward to. Maybe a bit chilly for some people, but otherwise just absolutely fantastic. Good night, sit out by the fire. All could actually potentially break a record on Tuesday. Our record high for Tuesday is 104, and the forecast models are looking at 103, 102. Ooh. It's going to be a dodgy one, but hey, on the brighter side, 47 days till fall. Can they come any soon? 100 days, we went without seeing a triple-digit temperature, and then we knocked it out today. If it can survive the dry air, these two islands are probably going to just tear him apart, but he could still remain a tropical wave. And that. But wind direction, this is not current. It's going to be over the past 12 hours. You can really see it was a very windy day. Then it get calm for just a brief moment.
So many have already gone to our Facebook page with some really fantastic guesses.
Nicole, kisses are organic.
They're organic?
Right? I mean, you can't write a script, so I don't have an answer for this.
Hold on, you can't find that it's like a kiss. It could be just unwrapping the foil. Ha!
Well, on that note,
we're out here at St. Frederick's High School, where if you look behind me, facing to the north, you can see some pretty heavy looking showers coming our way. We're going to keep an eye on them, starting to move southeast just a little bit, so this could be the case for a lot of games tonight. And with St. Frederick's having a natural grass field, that can make a big impact on the game later tonight. This just, everything's in it. The clouds give a bit of an eerie look, then the red just adds to it, really getting in the spirit of Halloween with this one, and you still get to see a little slice. It's really low clouds, which means we may see a few drops of that really unfortunate misty. It's just terrible to drive in. Yeah. So that's a south to west change with height. That is one factor that could potentially give us a chance for a tornado or two, and that is why we're under a hatched enhanced area for the entire viewing area. So most of Louisiana actually under enhanced risk, just to the west, a slight risk. Friday night football games tonight. You may want to grab a jacket or two, maybe a scarf, because it looks to just keep cooling down. You can say rather windy. So far, a few tornado warnings, something we need to be concerned about when we're heading into tomorrow, and a tornado watch stretching from southern Nebraska all the way to southern Texas. That rain is slowly starting to push off into the east, most of the heavier stuff staying on the coast, maybe New Orleans, Baton Rouge. So we saw a lot of rainfall yesterday, but Patrick, you were in Lafayette where it just missed most of that severe action. How was that?
It was raining from when I got in Lafayette to when I left this morning.
All along I-20, but look at El Dorado, the only one to drop below freezing. That was only for like an hour or two.
You know, we've seen a lot of rain today, but I guess it's moving out. It's on its way out.
Actually, most of the heavy rainfall stayed off to the west. We didn't really see, we saw rainfall about ½ an inch over Monroe, but otherwise, a bit of a quiet move through. You know, once it hit Lincoln Parish, Wynn Parish, Jackson Parish, really started to die down. But looking outside, still a bit windy and misty and rainy, and just overall just kind of a gloomy Sunday. Just a good Sunday to stay inside and just wait for tomorrow, the lovely start of the week, Monday, to come around. Now, talking about rain, how much rainfall we saw earlier, and I said Monroe about ½ an inch. You see Ruston at 1 inch, and even Shreveport at 1.5 inches. So you can really see how it just weakened as it moved across the state, and even Tallulah-Vicksburg. They actually did see some rain. Maybe their observation site's just down for the moment. We can see Natchez at just barely over 1/10 of an inch. So otherwise, we still warmed up today. You see 77 over Monroe and 79 over Ruston, even down in Natchez, 81 in El Dorado, 75. A few areas flirted with breaking the record high temperature yet again, but just didn't add up to it. The rain and the clouds moved in just enough to keep the temperature down just a few degrees. Current temperatures, 54 over Monroe, 57 over Tallulah, and even 55 down in Natchez. But you can see the cold front right here, this green to yellow transition. Jackson still at 77 degrees. As I said, we just hit 70 earlier, so we are definitely much cooler. Actually, 22 degrees cooler now than we were 24 hours ago at this time. So you can definitely say this is a bit of a thick, cold front, really driving the temperatures back down to what December should feel like. Seasonal temperatures between 54 for a high and about upper 30s for low. We're definitely finally getting back to what should feel like December. Now we're going to dry out a little bit. 51 for Dew Point and Ruston and 51 El Dorado, lower 50s. This is going to continue to drop as we get northwesterly winds moving in. That drier air really going to start cooling us off and drying us out yet again. But the wind's really starting to calm down. Ruston is calm. Monroe at 9 miles per hour, and you can even see over in Tallulah 18 miles per hour. All this color over here definitely showing the much stronger winds associated with the front of this line that has moved through. But we are still going to see a little bit of rainfall for the rest of the day. Now, the moisture setup really abundant right through here, but you can see all this dry air down towards Texas. That's going to keep moving in. That's what's going to start to dry us out, make it feel a little more winter-like. But we're going to keep an eye over here. There's a low starting to spin up, slow circulation. Maybe going to bring us some rain later in the week. And across the nation, you can see this broad stripe of rain. Overall, it's a light rain, but otherwise, this is the only thing really going on off to the west. The typical cold air is what we're going to be seeing later. And even some snow for Kansas, Oklahoma, and even northern Texas. We won't be seeing this for at least a very long time. So not much to worry about right now. We're just going to get through the last bit of rain. Usually the cloud cover would stop right here, but we're going to see clouds all the way through into the morning hours. Still have a thunderstorm warning off into Mississippi, but otherwise for us, we're looking quite clear in terms of severe weather. Very rainy, maybe a little windy at times, but you saw the winds are already starting to die down. So we're looking at a peaceful night as we get to start of the next week. Futurecast is going to move all this rain out, and then when we get into Monday morning, about 53 degrees and not a cloud inside. A beautiful start to the day. Only reaching about 65 on Monday, so it should feel rather pleasant all day and even into Tuesday. You can see Tuesday morning at 44, picking up a little bit of fog. Some areas could see, maybe the more rural areas may see a little bit of fog here and there, but otherwise nothing to truly worry about. And all the way into Tuesday night, you can see the humidity starts to return a little bit, but it's once again just going to feel just a little bit more moist outside before we set up for another rain chance on Wednesday. 40% chance, a light rain. Most of us may not see much in terms of measurable rain. Will be mostly cloudy for us today, but once that front moves through, yes, another front moving through, finally getting to what feels like December. Friday into Saturday could be a bit cold, maybe some frost in the morning.
Finally some December temperatures.
Yes, exactly.
Patrick, Sports up next.